I'd be hiding in the stock room, my minimum wage job that I hated, and you'd be like, Ross, I've got your job. And I'd be like, oh my God, like this is now the equivalent of like almost a month's wages or something stupid like that.
Definitely.
Welcome everybody to episode 43 of WatchRoss, the one where it's all about the climb. There's no way out, Vetch. Escape, Petch, made it. We've got lots to report on. There's only one place for that. Let's go. Yes, welcome back to Lilies. Welcome back to episode 43 of WatchRoss, aka episode 1 of season 4 of WatchRoss. We've had 4 weeks off, Petch. It's been glorious. A lot has gone on. I want to fill you in on what's gone on. Also want to fill you in on taking shortcuts across golf courses. Don't do it. It just slows you down. We won't be doing that again, Petch, and my shoes have gone very green with the grass. Update number 1 is I'm not in my apartment because it's not ready yet. Okay, I wanted to open this episode actually in my apartment, got no furniture, so I'm going to keep it as a surprise. IKEA and Next are coming this Saturday and Sunday. That's going to be a treat for you on the next vlog. Update number 2, I've finished all 78 episodes of that CBeebies animation Timpo that you saw me voicing last season and the season before. Had the time of my life, genuinely think we have created the next best thing, not next best thing, the next big thing, the next big thing for kids. If you've got a kid in your family, your parent, I don't know, got a younger brother or sister, 0 to 6, 2019 when Timpo comes out, it's going to be taking over. So that's incredible. Update number 3, got myself a little part in a new Sky comedy called Brassic. That's pretty cool. Filmed that in October. That's written by Joe Gilgan. Also stars Michelle Keegan. Petch, if we can get Michelle Keegan on Balcony Brews, Michelle, if you're watching, I would love to have you on Balcony Brews. That would be amazing. Nothing weird, just a chat. Update number 4, did a little talk at something called Manchester Casting Social in our break. Big shout out to Mia Vore. She runs it with a whole gang of actors, great group. If you're a Manchester-based actor or you're in the north or you just want to travel to the north, check out Manchester Casting Social on Facebook. And they do events regularly. It's a great networking event. People go, talk about the industry, just inspirational really. If you missed the event that I was speaking at, here's a little clip. And the one thing I see probably limiting people more than anything in life is the fact that they don't realise they're on their own clock, okay? And there's a lot of limiting beliefs in the industry, but I am past it. I'm a woman and I'm over 30, I'm f***ed, you know, or I'm 70, I might as well just give up now. And you've got to realise you're on your own clock. Someone said to me the other day, LA is seven hours behind the UK. It doesn't mean that it's slow, right? I'm on Ross time, you're on Phil time. Everyone's on their own clock. Everyone's a miracle. Like, in the odds of you being born are 400 trillion to 1, okay? Your DNA has never existed on this planet before, and when you die, it will never exist again. What you're gonna do with it whilst you are here, and when you're ever feeling like shit, because we all do at certain times, it always comes back to gratitude for me. What good is there in your situation right now that you cannot currently see? When you just step back from it for 10 seconds, you'll realise how fucking amazing it all actually is. Bosh! Was that inspirational, Petra? What? Very inspirational, correct. And then update number, 5 or 6? Can't remember what I've said. 5, update number 5. This is the big one. Over this last 4 weeks, I have rebuilt from the ground up actsonthis.tv, the main site I run for actors. If you've not been on it, go and freaking check it out. It's the best version of the site there has ever been in the 8 years it's been around. I've rebuilt it completely. It's cutting edge technology. Ultimately, God, if you're an actor and you're not on it, you're missing out. If you don't know what it's about, I basically interview the biggest casting directors, actors, agents, writers, producers in the industry, sit them down, ask them how you can have success in the acting industry. They tell me, and I put those interviews online for you. Go and get a membership There's loads of incredible content on there already, and there's going to be lots of incredible content coming, which brings me back to today, Pex. It's going very well. Today, we're going to go and create another feature for ActsOnThis.tv. It's a podcast interview with my voiceover agent, the Voiceover Gallery. I get so many emails from actors and vlog watchers who see me doing voiceover on the vlog. It's changed my life, voiceover, seriously, financially, fulfillment-wise, just everything. It's not something I do on the side like a lot of actors think they do voiceover on the side. It's the mainstay pretty much of my career. It's a massive part of my life, and it changed my life hugely when I got into it. I'm going to go and talk to Hannah Ralph, the head of talent management and talent acquisition, the person who can basically say whether you're in the agency or not. I'm going to do a podcast with her, find out all about voiceover, how you guys can get into it, whether it's right for you, because it isn't right for everybody, and ultimately open up a world that I think really hasn't really been opened up a lot online. Not a lot of actors really know about voiceover. So with that, Petch, drink your brew. I'm drinking this. We're going to go and get on the train, and then we're going to have a little cameo later on from Hop as well. Hop is back. Not going to tell you what's happened to the Hop, but he's no longer in the job he was in the last time you saw him on the vlog. Did he fall from the job? Was he pushed, Petch? Did he choose to leave? Find out. Let's get on that train. Look who's reg, I can see here. V17 Hop. Hop's back on the vlog.
Did you just try knocking on the window and it's not there?
No, I was trying to get in. Hop's back.
My side.
No, I'm just trying to open it to show people.
Here we are, we're back.
To show people the Hop. We're back on the vlog. Hop's here now. We're going to talk a little bit about what you've been doing in the break later on. Right now though, I'm going to learn about voiceover. Are you coming in to listen or what?
I'm coming in to not just listen.
He's coming not to listen, he's coming in to take over.
Voiceover, take over.
Let's take over. Come on up to see the voiceover agents in their natural habitat. On the phone, booking me work. Aha! I've got a bloody cameraman again. Petch is here. Petch, come in. People don't want to be on the vlog sometimes.
I know, I'm hiding behind my phone.
Where's Roddy? Hannah's hiding.
But I didn't part of work call. He's in a conference call with Judith.
Roddy's on a conference call with Judith. Petch is in the corner. So, we're here. You've been here loads of times on the vlog before. Been here for work all the time. Now, we're not here for work. Although, came through the door and Katie goes, Ross, got your voiceover job. So I'm like, yes.
3 till 4 on Friday.
3 till 4 on Friday. That's what I'm talking about. Hannah, we're going to get you down in the studio and make you work. And give all these guys some incredible info on the voiceover industry and how it can change their life like it's changed mine. Petch, let's go. I get Chris to play ragtime to me, just because it calms me down sometimes. Hit us with some ragtime, Chris. It's what you need when you're setting up for a podcast. Some classic ragtime. What's this one called? Waltzing Matilda? Hell yeah.
No, it's called...
Oh, no.
Freight Train.
Freight Train. So we're in the studio, gear is set up. Han, are you ready to deliver some fire?
I'm ready.
She's ready. Petch, no offence, shut the door on you. Let's start. No offence to you either, Hop. Bosh. Right. Bloody hell. Better press record, hadn't I? Voiceover is an absolute massive part of my life and career, right? It's probably the number one thing that set me financially free, enabling me to completely give up that day job, like back in 2006. You remember, you've been my agent for like an eternity. You went away for a little while, and we'll talk about that, and now you're back. But I remember the phone calls you'd call me up, and I'd be like, I'd have to run off the shop floor. I'd be hiding in the stock room, my minimum wage job that I hated. And you'd be like, Ross, I've got your job. And I'd be like, oh my God, like this is now the equivalent of like almost a month's wages or something stupid like that.
Definitely.
When I was working for minimum wage. So it completely, absolutely like transformed my life. Like it's enabled me to focus way more on my acting career. I've been introduced to some fantastic contacts in both the voiceover industry and the TV industry because of voiceover. Basically, it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life. You've been a big part of that, so thank you. little bit of nicety at the start there. But I want this podcast to be packed full of practical, actionable advice for the actors listening, right? So hopefully voiceover can have a positive impact on them too. They might be stuck in one of those shit jobs that I was stuck in, just wanting to get out. And this could be potentially a way for them to do that. So with your help, let's make it happen. Are you ready to get stuck in?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So what is a day in the life of a talent manager then? So what are you doing here like today? Bar booking a massive party for all of the artists tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously. That's a completely different part of my job. So basically, as the agents are essentially selling voiceovers, that's what they do. They present these voiceovers to clients who ultimately would pick them.
Yep.
And then put them in for jobs. So I need to make sure there's the best talent available for our agents to put forwards. So every day I talent scout. At the moment, I'm refreshing the existing talent. So that's making sure their web profiles are up to date on our website, making sure they've got enough coverage on social media, and that all of their demos are up to date. So that's a daily thing.
Yeah.
And obviously we work with hundreds of people, so we need to. That's an on-running process that will go on forever. Also, I get submissions via the website for representation. So I get sent voice reels, which I have to listen to every day, and probably get about 10 of those a day.
Going to be talking a lot about those in a minute.
Yes. And apart from that, it's just daily dealings with voiceovers, any issues, anything that needs to be addressed, they can come to me and talk to me. So there's a bit of firefighting every day as well.
Yeah, a little bit of firefighting. How's my voice reel? Do I need to do anything with it?
Yours is reasonably compared to some up to date.
Reasonably compared to some.
You're fine.
Mine's been the same for about 5 years, but I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Agreed. Yeah, and obviously you've done quite well off the back of it at the moment anyway.
Yeah, say I'm doing all right. Right, we should also just have a little bit of tiny little bit of history on the Voiceover Gallery itself as an agency, and then the kind of work you are getting for those artists that you know, like myself and other people. What kind of jobs ultimately are there out there? Because I don't think a lot of people realise how much voiceover there is in the everyday world. Like, you know, just coming here on the train today, you hear voices in lifts. You know, I've been listening to podcasts. There's, you know, all kinds of voiceover work out there. What sort of stuff are you getting your voices at the Voiceover Gallery?
So as you said, you're surrounded by voiceover all the time, and people don't realise. And when they find out what you do, they say, you know, they assume instantly it's for TV and radio. But like you say, you're surrounded by it every single day.
Yeah.
So you might wake up in the morning and you listen to the radio, there's commercials. You leave your house, you press the lift button, lift going down. You'll hop on a tram again, or a train, bus. Loads of them have got voiceovers. You get to work and then you start your day. You might sit down at work and watch a health and safety video without knowing everything has got voiceover on.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of range of stuff that we get here at the Voiceover Gallery. So it's not just TV and radio. There's actually loads of corporate stuff. So your client web videos is a huge one. Think of all the videos that people watch online every day.
Yeah.
The majority of them have got voiceover.
I'm just laughing there. Sorry about that. Yeah, think of the videos people watching online. I know what some people are watching online. Educational stuff. Let's take it like strip it right back, dead basic. Let's pretend people have never heard of a voice reel before. And let's have a look at the structure of a voice reel, because this is, again, where I think people kind of, get it wrong, or when they're putting a voice reel together. So one, what is a voice reel? And then we'll go into the structure of it. So in terms of, at its most basic, what's a voice reel?
So a voice reel is a clip to showcase what you can do with your voice. A lot of people might say do a voice reel from one of their acting jobs. So instead of in vision, they'll take the audio from that, for example, which isn't a correct way.
It's not really a voice
to
reel.
do a voice reel. That's it. So it's not that. It's nothing to do with your acting, for example, because I know a lot of people that you deal with are actors.
Yep.
So that's very different to something that's in vision. Really, you should showcase versatility. Now, you get versatility across different mediums, so you can have commercials, so anything that's to do with basically advertising, corporate, which again is like your stuff like your web videos, and then possibly documentaries or narrative. Some people do specialise in character voices. Again, that's separate.
Yeah. So the main structure, so for those listening, right, get a pen and paper, right? I'm going to give you like a structure of a voice reel. So commercials, corporate and documentaries make up your main reel, Han, right?
Yes.
And then what we say, or what the Voiceover Gallery and Mary Lou, the CEO of the Voiceover Gallery, when we used to make voice reels for actors, I would do that with Mary Lou. We would say, listen, you need 3 commercial pieces for your commercial reel, 2 corporate pieces, and 2 documentary pieces. And we would record a separate reel for each. So you would have your 3 corporates completely separate, your 2 corporates completely separate, your 3 commercials completely separate, and your 2 documentaries completely separate. Then, from those 3 separate reels, we would create a montage reel that was roughly 90 seconds long, and that would contain all of those pieces, but mixed up together to show that versatility.
Yes.
Is that still the formula that you think works?
Yeah, absolutely.
Order of those clips makes a massive difference. If you go from a
Yes.
high energy commercial piece into something that's a serious medical piece for the corporate world, and then you might go to a fun documentary, back to a charity advert, for instance. You've got all this like peaks and troughs of the work that's available. You just show more versatility. So let's look at then the pitfalls. This is going to be the main part of the podcast, I think. The pitfalls that actors and just people in general fall into when they want to come and, when they want to have a voice reel created for them, produced for them. Before I throw my 2 cents in, because I've got some pretty staunch, views on this, let's have a look at what you think are the biggest mistakes. You listen to 10 of these a day. What are the major mistakes people are making when they're creating a voice reel? Okay, so let's say an actor avoids all of those pitfalls, right, and actually, comes out with a pretty decent voice reel. How do they approach? I get asked this all the time. How do they approach agencies like the Voiceover Gallery for representation? And what are you, as a talent manager, listening for, rather than looking for? I almost said looking for. Listening for when you receive that reel. So those 10 a day that you're getting, what's going to make one pop out and go, oh, actually, this is decent?
You'd be amazed how bad people go about approaching agents.
So there you go. You just heard and saw a couple of snippets, right? How was the interview for you, Han?
Yeah, good. It's the longest I've ever spent in your company without killing you.
Okay. No,
Or wanting.
Because you haven't actually killed me in the past. I haven't been brought back from death. How was that for you, Hop? Magical. He's learned about the voiceover industry. Chris, how was that for you? You ignored it doing your editing, didn't you?
Well, not actually.
What? You've learned about... Right, okay, well that's fine. You two crack on. Han, thanks so much for that. If you want to listen to the rest of that, get yourself over to actonthis.tv, the brand new version of the site, the best it's ever been, like I said before. Get yourself a premium membership and you can access the whole 1 hour interview. We spoke for an hour there. You've probably just seen a few minutes of it. I think that's really good, actionable content we've just done there.
Loads of good details.
Stuff that's just going to help you actually take action. You get a lot of podcasts out there that just, tell you a load of stuff and don't actually tell you what to do. They just give you a load of information that tell you how to act on it. The reason it's called Act on This, because I want you to act on this. Han, get yourself back upstairs, get yourself a massive job. Thanks ever so much. I was giving you a high five, she's legged it. Thanks, Han. Get me a job, Hannah. Yes, bosh. Excellent. Right, Hop, I want to talk to you about not a voiceover. We don't know about that. I want to talk to Hop about his exit from his previous... He's laughing. Look how shaky the camera's gone. Cut! So we're doing this in a bit of a different order this week. Normally we would end the vlog, Hop, with a balcony brew back at my apartment that I said to these guys earlier isn't ready yet. And that's how we would finish off this episode. We're doing it slightly differently because we're going to have a chat with you now, and then I'm probably going to go upstairs and end the episode with the agents upstairs. We said at the beginning of this vlog that it was all about the climb. I guess we have just spoken about the climb required to make it in the voiceover industry. You were on a climb, Hop, up the corporate mountain. And what, Petch? Ladder. Up the corporate ladder. That's it. You were on a climb up the corporate ladder in the last season of the vlog. A lot's changed since in these last 4 weeks that have gone by. Do you want to tell people how you got off the ladder, or maybe pushed off the ladder, and maybe give us some spoken word poetry?
Well, let's not beat around the bush here, shall we not?
Yeah.
I got sacked. And why did I get sacked? Because I hated it. I think, as everybody will know from what I was saying last time, it was dreadful, wasn't it? So I wrote a poem, which I'm going to share with everybody now, which I think explains it perfectly.
Beautifully.
So this is my poem, and I'm going to read it because I've not memorised it, called This is the Grind. So, square eyes with no smiles, living lies here time never flies. A prison, a dungeon, the beast within must sleep. You stay in line whilst inside you weep. Walk tall, no not at all, here we celebrate your fall. Black out the windows, outside is no more. Your soul is sold, are you not just a whore? This is the grind, don't get behind. Your chamber awaits, why are you so blind? Bow your head and accept defeat. This is the grind, and you are the meat.
Oh, Hop, do you know what? Like, it's beautiful. It's not even a poet. Are you going to be a poet now?
That's it, I've made it. Hopefully this go viral, poetry.
Viral poetry, The Climb. If we got Joe McElderry to sing that poem, like he sung The Climb, and so did Miley Cyrus, and that worked. Just tying it back to The Climb, it was a very loose link at the start of the vlog, because I was basically climbing up a hill at the time. It's all me and Petch could think of creatively, because we had a 4-week break and we were very rusty. So that's filling you in on where Hop has been and now where he's out of. And tell him a little bit now about how you've joined forces with me on Act on This and the business around that.
So, we've decided to join forces here, Act on This, a bit director of business development. We've got that. So some of you will be getting a call from me to talk about the new site, the amazing new site, and also the amazing new features and everything that's going to be a part of it. So there's loads going on with it. So I'm going to be ringing around people, having a chat with you, see where your career's at, and then see how we can help you progress and see what features we've got that are really beneficial to you. We've also set up an incredible affiliate scheme, which we're really looking forward to this, and also some ambassadors as well, which we want working with us. So we're going to be filling you in with more information about that. Plenty of exciting things. We're going to be doing some road trips and tours, aren't we, coming up soon. And also, on the back of coming out of that, we were planning this whilst it was all going on. So the sacking was inevitable. I was either going to walk. I think they just pushed me before I jumped, well, obviously. And, I left them with that poem. I thought it was nice for them to see. So, but we were putting things in place because we saw this happening. So, importantly, my message is, as always, don't sit there and dwell. Don't sit there and rot in something you don't like. I was constantly taking action whilst I was doing something that essentially just had to fill a bit of time, pay a few bills, but all the while we were planning big things, and all these big things are about to start coming to fruition.
Awesome. Petch, we're going to get ourselves upstairs, and we can't do bye for now yet. So you can just you can just say something like, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
So there you go. You've had an update from the Hop. He's now gone off to do some business development for Acts on This. So we can't end the vlog with balcony brews like normal. We're going to end it with a new feature I've made up on the spot that I like to call Top Talent Tips. These are the voiceover agents at the Voiceover Gallery. Roddy, Jade, Judith. Absolute legends. Thank you so much for all of the work. Stop laughing. We're going to give you guys a top tip from each of the agents that's going to help you be an even better voiceover artist if you decide to become one. Roddy, what's your top tip?
Be responsive. If your voiceover agent is asking you for your availability, make sure you're getting back to them within minutes, because it can mean losing a job or winning one.
If you text me, Roddy, how long does it take me to get back to you?
At least 10 seconds.
At least.
I want quicker.
It was quicker than 10 seconds. Jade, what's your top tip?
Be flexible with yourself, your availability, and if the client asks you to do something, just do it. If it seems a bit weird, they're the client. If it's legal.
If it's legal, very important. Do as you're told. Judith, top tip.
Top tip, be grateful. Always say thank you to your agent, because it is the same amount of work whether it's a big value job or a small value job, and if you're nice to your agent, then they'll remember that.
I'm very grateful, just for the record, to all of you. Big jobs, small jobs, is still better than working for minimum wage in a toy shop, a job I used to have 11 years ago and hated. So that is the vlog for today. It might be a little shorter than normal. We're going to try and cut the length of these vlogs down so people don't have to sit for 30 minutes. They can watch them when they're going to an audition or whatever. They might not have loads of time. So we're going to try and keep them concise. Thanks to Hannah. Big shout out to you, Hannah, for being on the vlog today. and go and check out that podcast, @onthis.tv. Literally gold. Thanks so much for being on the vlog as well, agents. Until next time, you know what time it is in 3, 2, 1. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It really would mean the world to me if you would leave a comment telling me what you enjoyed and what you would like to see more of next time. If you want to catch more episodes, head over to facebook.com/WatchRoss or youtube.com/WatchRoss. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. I'll be back real soon. Bye for now. You don't film this, Petch. I think this is a new one.
Yeah, it's quite new.
Yeah, it's been. He has some colour in there. Wait, he has a black and white one.
Ah, got it. Got it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cologne in there as well.
Make sure you cologne. Who says cologne? Make sure you smell nice when you're recording a podcast, particularly in a small studio box. Right, now I've got my cologne on. Let's definitely go downstairs.
That's
Boom. Oh, whatever.